dads make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackey and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackey and Judd.
Yep. The only show in America with Sam Cassell cojones enough to put statistics next to our predictions. When are you going to admit that you were wrong, Declan?
I'm actually right a lot, so I don't know what everyone's always talking about me.
Are you holding a bat
jokers.
right now, Judd?
Roy Smalley bat. It's a Roy Smalley bat for good luck. I'm hoping I didn't.
When did you get that one?
Oh, years ago. Broken bat from Smalley back in the day.
Did he sign it?
No, it's just Roy Smalley. Here you go. See, you can Roy.
I love it. You
right
can see
there.
you can see the pine tar marks
right there. Pine tar. Yep. I think I got it at a baseball card show sometime in the '80s or something like that.
Oh, so did he actually? It's a game used bat,
yep.
right?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, game used. Yep.
Nice.
Louisville Slugger.
Friend of the show. Well,
I was gonna say,
kind of a
who
former
knew?
friend of the show. We haven't done as much twin stuff, but we should get old Roy Boy on at some point.
Still a friend of the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Great hair too.
Amazing hair. Amazing hair. All right, boys. This is Write That Down. 3 predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of batting averages and home runs. And listeners, if you want to participate, like Nick is about to, you can send us a message through the Score North app. There's a quick message little button at the bottom of the screen. It's free to download. And every week we go through an accountability session now because the NHL season ended, the Wolves playoff run ended, the draft. There's so many things have come off the board on both Mackey and Judd and Purple Daily. Write that down. So let's get right into the accountability session presented by our friends at Federated Mutual Insurance Company. They're all about risk management, helping businesses maximize their success and potential through risk management tools and resources. And you can find out how they do that, and you can find out who your local marketing rep is. You can talk to them at federatedinsurance.com, where it's our business to protect yours. Judd had a few things come off the board here, 3 specifically. You said Kevin Fiala would lead the Wild in goals this season. He had a good season. He just not as good as Kaprizov.
Judd.
You said at least one NHL. This is 2 years ago on May 1st, 2020. You said at least one NHL team will relocate within the next 2 years.
Because
Close,
and the Coyotes should have.
Yeah, you almost hit it.
But they didn't.
But
They did not. You're correct.
You did say at the beginning of the year the Wild would finish top 3 in their division, which they did solidly.
That's not too bad. I thought there'd be
1 for 3.
way more from my accountability of this episode.
I will say that Purple Daily has a lot more off the board.
God.
I feel like. But,
Yeah.
all right, here's kind of a bloodbath here. Old Macadac stepped in one here. He said Buxton will have a home run in the 7th inning or later, sometime in the last week. He hit a home run, but it was in like the 4th inning.
Yep.
Wolves, Grizzlies will go 7. By May 1st, Miguel Sano will have racked up 35 strikeouts and at least 5 home runs. Well, he didn't play enough to do either of those things. And Wolves will beat the Clippers in the first play-in game and then will upset whoever they play in the first round. I was honed on that one.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Wolves Kool-Aid in your left hand. You had the takes in your right hand.
Don't blame me because they couldn't live up to the
close.
hype of my prediction. Okay.
Yeah, they couldn't.
I said the Gophers, well, this is a bad beat too. The Gophers will have at least 2 offensive linemen drafted in the 2020 draft. They had 4 players overall drafted, but only one of them was an offensive lineman. Oof. Yeah. And they had that tight end, Kieft or whatever. That guy got drafted by.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's basically an
Kieft.
offensive lineman.
And I believe that was the first offensive lineman the Gophers had drafted since like 2006.
Falele, yeah. Was it Setterstrom?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the last.
And somebody
offensive
else. It was.
Esslinger? Was it Greg Esslinger? Was he? Okay, and I said A-Rod. This is also kind of a bad beat. We debated this one, but he's still taking the same woman to games. So I said before the end of the season, A-Rod will bring a notable female public figure to a Wolves game. So he's bringing this woman around that he's dating, and she does like bodybuilding competitions, but you guys ruled a few months ago she's not notable enough.
No.
It's a bad beat. And you guys did say this was a home run when I made the prediction last week that Ant would drop at least 30 points in Game 6, and he did. So I'll take that. Joe Mauer, first row and left field home run.
Circle the bases, Phil Mackey.
Thank you. All right, listeners, this is rough. This is rough. Vinicius, this is how you go out with a blaze. When you come on and you make 3 predictions that come off the board, bang, 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 all within a week, and all 3 of these are wrong. He said Vikings will draft McDuffie in the first round. The Wolves will win the series in 7, and Cat will drop at least 40 at some point in the series, and Pittsburgh will trade up with the Vikings in the first round.
I respect it, though.
Yeah, take your swings, man.
Like, I respect that.
Yeah, shoot your shot. Okay,
Gotta
Tristan said the Wolves will beat the Grizzlies in 6. Braxton said Ant will drop 50 or more in a playoff game. X-Twins News said Ant will score 50 in a game by season's end, and if he doesn't, he'll drop 40 or more in the playoffs.
God, that's a tough beat.
Because he scored 49 in the regular season.
Yeah. And did he drop 37, I think, in game 1? Like, he had a
36 or something? Yeah.
36, yeah. Oh,
damn.
Sorry, buddy.
Jason said Kayvon, is it Thibodeau or Thibodeau? I keep saying it wrong. I don't know. Whatever.
Drafted number 1.
He's not gonna be drafted number 1.
He's no Matt Corral, so don't sweat that.
That's true. And then Austin said Kevin Fiala will lead the team in goals, just like Judd did. That was
Welcome,
wrong, too.
Austin, to the...
But the listeners battled back with some
Oh,
green here.
we got some hits.
How about this? A couple big knocks here. Mike said the Vikings will draft a safety with their first pick. It's a big knock. Circle the bases.
That's on the plaza.
Yeah, that's
on the plaza.
Foul pole.
Yep. Austin said Jared Spurgeon before the season will have a career high in points.
Spurgeon?
That's also a home run. Logan said the Mavericks will make it out of the first round. They were going to be sort of 50-50, so it's not quite a home run, but it's good. Steven had a wild parlay. He said the Wild will finish the season. He said this a few weeks ago, so I don't think this is a home run because he said it as this was all tracking, but he said the Wild will finish with at least 100 points. Kaprizov will have at least 43 goals and 100 points. He was very much tracking for those things.
Yeah.
Arjun said the Vikings will not pick in the 12th slot in the draft.
Nice.
Borderline home run there too, but I think a trade was pretty likely.
Yeah.
So it's tough to...
I would agree with that.
Okay, so just a solid knock there for Arjun.
Yeah.
Solid knock.
All right, Declan, here's your comeuppance. You said the Wild would win game 1.
Bah.
That they won't lose a home game to the Blues. That Ant would drop 40 in a game or hit a game-winning shot against the Grizz in games 5, 6, or 7. He had a game-tying shot at one point. That would have been big. You said the Twins will use an opener at least 3 times in the month of April.
I don't think they used it once.
No.
They didn't.
Did they use it once?
They did
what,
not.
What was I thinking that was gonna?
You might have panicked.
Been-
I think you were on drugs.
No,
Oh, well, that's
Or drunk.
it happens
yeah, that happens.
sometimes. Okay, but then I think this is a home run here. You said Malik Willis will be available at pick 12, and the Vikings will trade back. So both
Very
those
specific.
things happening.
That's a home run.
For sure, a home run.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
take
a
the
good
bomb
shot,
after the week.
actually.
I'll take that bomb.
That's
So
a good
with that,
shot.
here's the update. Declan is still leading both categories, 455 batting average and 8 home runs, which is tied with the listeners who are also up to 8 home runs.
Oh, but look who's coming. Look who's coming in the average.
Judd's at 420 batting average, actually down from last week with 3 home runs. Listeners have shot up to 345 average. I'm at 333, which is last, but not that bad, and 4 home runs.
I got some crew for you right here, baby. That
I got some bombs.
ride
for
crew.
you.
I'm spraying the ball. I'm spraying the ball. 3 home runs, but I'm spraying it.
Judd also leads with 221 career hits all time.
man.
Listeners with 27 career home runs, and Declan keeps stacking the home runs. He's up to 16 in his young career here.
Yeah, he's
I'll write that down. So, all right, so there it is. Let's get him in here. Guest listener predictor Nick. Nick, what's going on, man? Are you ready to take some cuts?
I can't wait, guys. Thanks for having me.
What's your strategy here? Are you adding to the home run column, the batting average column? What are you doing here?
I think I'm going to mix it up a little bit for the listeners. Most of the time, they're going on and swinging for the fences and trying to hit in the third deck. And I'm trying to maybe hit a couple doubles, maybe a triple, maybe inside the park homer. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Okay, yeah, use your speed, definitely. Not enough people use their speed on write that down.
Write this down.
All right, we'll start with Nick, and then to Judd, over to Dex, back to me. We'll start with Nick here. What's your first prediction, sir?
All right, so the Twins are quietly starting off the season pretty well, 15-9, won 9 of the last 10. I think it's fraudulent, guys.
Oh no.
I think they're going to fall on their faces. They don't have enough. Their bullpen is surviving, but it's going to be a mess. They're going to blow up. Their starters are going to fall apart, and they're going to miss the playoffs. That's my prediction.
Wow. Bringing some cold water on the Twins parade here.
So the Twins will miss the playoffs. Is that your prediction?
That's my prediction.
Okay.
I think they're up over 50% now on Baseball Reference to make the playoffs.
Yeah. I think 60.
And
it's
like a 2% chance to win the World Series or something.
And there's 7 teams now.
Yeah.
I like how Nick works. That's all I got to say about that.
Cold water, Judd and Nick. All right, go ahead, Judd.
Hey, Nick has probably seen almost as much as Judd has, and let me tell you right now, it causes you to have a bucket of cold water with you at all times. Write this down. Kirill Kaprizov will score at least 1 goal in Game 2 against the Blues. Kirill Kaprizov, this one will be off the board by early, probably late tonight or early on Thursday morning. Kirill Kaprizov, at least 1 goal in Game 2 against the Blues.
Okay.
I think he comes back and scores a goal tonight.
Yeah, well, he should have had a goal. He should have had a goal or 2 in the first game.
Would have been nice.
8 playoff games for Kirill and just 2 goals.
Yeah,
time to step up.
He also started the regular season with 0 goals in his first 6 or 7 games or something.
I remember
2 goals, 3 points against the Golden Knights last spring in 7 games.
Remember when Judd and I asked for Kirill to shoot the puck more and we were ripped, and now he's getting ripped in the plan. Look at that.
Let's not chide our friends on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Well, since we're talking about, remember when old Mackey 2 years ago said that Miguel Sano is a poor man's Adam Dunn and not one of the 10 most important players on the Twins and got put in the bad takes Hall of Fame?
This is just a lot of sour grapes above me.
You know what? Let's do this. Let's get a segment out where we put our prediction. We put them on. We're doing that right now. Never mind. Okay, got it.
Over to Declan.
All right, write this down. The Wild win by 2 goals or more against the Blues in Game 2.
Ooh.
The Wild win and by 2 goals or more in Game 2.
Okay.
Speaking it into existence.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to jump on. No, I'm going to save my parlay because I don't want Judd to steal this prediction. I have a D-Lo prediction. I have a Wild Game 2 parlay, but I think I'm safe on that one. So I'm going to go with the D-Lo prediction first here. Write this down. D'Angelo Russell will not be with the Timberwolves for the opener of next season. Write it down. He gone. Well, if it's a trade, I don't know. I don't know what happens, but
I think we're all on board with that.
It would have to be a trade. It's really the only
including
way.
Nick, who's shaking his head.
Write this down.
All right, Nick, you're up
He
next.
agrees with you.
Yeah, I was thinking about making a prediction similar, but I'm going to go with another Twins prediction here. I think they will be in contention in the or on the trade deadline just because the AL Central is so trash. So I think they will make a trade, but I think they're going to stick to their theme of making a smaller trade. I don't think they're going to make a big trade where they're going to. So my prediction is this: they will make at least 1 trade, but they will not give up one of their top 5 prospects. And Phil, you can use your best prospect website for that.
Let's go. We'll just use the MLB.com prospect pipeline or whatever. They have the most updated, accessible ranking. So MLB.com.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, they're really good about if a player gets traded, then they move him. They slide him into the next team's thing. So we'll do it that way. Very exciting.
Write this down.
All right, Judd.
I'm going to stay on my theme of Wild predictions for tonight's tilt. Marcus Foligno will get in at least 1 fight tonight for the Wild.
Okay, how are we quantifying this?
5-minute major.
Okay.
5-minute major for fighting. Marcus Foligno, at least 1 fight tonight for the Wild.
So a pushing and shoving match in front of the net where he maybe gets like a slap or something.
And 2 minutes does not count. This is a 5. If he does not get 5, it's wrong.
All right.
He's going to send a message. Send a message. I would do? I would get in a fight with guys on my own power play unit. That's what I would do. I would send a message to my power play unit. I would drop the gloves with Fiala and just say, dude, if you can't score a goal on the power play, you're gonna fight me.
Fights in practice, let's just say, not uncommon this time of year.
Do they drop the gloves legitimately and circle around?
No,
the assistant coaches wait till one of them's hit the ice.
They drop the gloves and fight.
They just fight.
Absolutely.
Remember when Delman Young got hit by a pitch one time and charged his own dugout?
That was glorious.
Yes, that was incredible.
That was one of the smartest things he
man?
ever did. For a dumb guy, that was incredible. I love that. He's like, this is your fault. And you know what? He was right.
Isn't it because, like, Jose Maria, like, didn't a pitcher hit somebody and then he got
Jose
mad?
Maharis, right?
Yeah.
Maharis, yeah.
Yes. Who was like, dude, I'm
How do I
eating right
remember
now.
these
Don't,
things?
leave me alone.
Amazing. All right, Declan, back to you.
All right. Write this down. Another Wild prediction. The Wild will score a power play goal before the Blues score a power play goal.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
So we'll start this with Game 3, and obviously if it doesn't happen, we'll just continue it on. But the Wild will score the next power play goal, basically.
So that starts
That's this
tonight,
prediction.
Game 2, right?
Starts tonight, yes.
Okay.
And speaking of predictions that you thought were going to come off the board after one game but are still on the board, so Judd has a prediction that Joel Eriksson Ek will be the first Wild goal scorer in the series. That is still on the board.
Yeah.
Still on the board.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Write this down.
All right, here comes my 3-item, hopefully a home run here, Wild parlay, Game 2
All
parlay.
right. Hit me.
Wild win. Kaprizov tallies at least 2 points. Fiala scores at least 1 goal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, nice. That's a home run right there.
Okay.
That's a lot. That's a lot to put on your plate.
And I want to ratchet up the pressure on these guys, okay? These are 2 best players. Let's get it. Let's go hunting here. Go hunting for, got to get up early if you want to hunt for goose egg. Apparently it was the rival coach, not Gordon Bombay, that said that. In
Yeah,
Mighty
you got
Ducks.
tripped a little bit on that one.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
The premise still stands.
The rival coach was great. What an a-hole. He was fantastic.
He was. It was a great
He's
character.
dead now, I think, unfortunately, in real life.
All right, Nick, your third and final prediction.
I'd throw that in.
All right, I'm gonna go on over to the Vikings here. I wasn't in love with the draft or the offseason moves, so it's gonna be another another negative Minnesota prediction here. The Vikings will either get the 7th seed in the playoffs this next coming season or miss the playoffs entirely.
Okay.
So at best, 7th seed.
So pretty much the same battle they've been fighting for a few years.
I don't see any much changes coming. Yeah, same old.
But it's just enough to keep you. But we're so close.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Vikings football the last 40 years, basically, with the
Nick has
exception
been
of 3 seasons.
outstanding. Nick, you've
Yeah,
done
man.
a great job.
I feel like with Nick and Judd, the negativity quotient is a little high here. But Nick, these are great predictions, and since you've got this platform here on Mackey and Judd, this life-changing, propelling platform, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that brought you to this moment?
Yeah, first of all, going off Judd, I want to thank Judd for, when people are getting a little too excited about Minnesota sports, tampering down the expectations. Because I kind of feel the same way. I don't have the high hopes. It's been a really tough weekend in Minnesota sports. With Timberwolves out losing, Wild losing, the draft I wasn't happy about. But anyway, I want to thank my fiance Steffi. She's been right there with me. She lets me watch the games. She'll go to bed even and postpone the Netflix series just so I can watch the Timberwolves or whatever game's on. So I want to thank her, and I want to thank you guys. You guys do a great job. I watch you guys every day. You help me get through the workday, and I appreciate it.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Steffi. Appreciate it.
Steffi.
We'll get you on
Appreciate
again
you
sometime,
guys.
man.
All right, thanks,
awesome.
guys.
All right, there he is. Nick and Judd, just making sure
Nick
that everyone has a
Zolgad.
cold glass of water to go
Hey.
with Minnesota sports.
Yeah, you know what? The good times can only be celebrated if the doses of reality are given out beforehand. That's how we celebrate the good times.
You just got to be careful about overdosing on reality.
Oh, you know what? That's a you
ODing is-
that's a you thing. I got no problem with that.
All right, we're back to Judd, your third
All
and
right.
final prediction here.
To go back to our cat conversation from earlier in the show, Karl Anthony Towns will indeed be voted to the All-NBA second or third team this season, or from this season. I don't know exactly when that comes out. I would imagine it's fairly soon, but he won't be first team. But he definitely, I think, will be second or third team.
And then he will get all of the money. He'll get the big bag, the $211 million bag of cash.
Good for him on that.
Back up the Brinks truck. All right, Dex.
All right. I was going to make this one, but it's too much of a single, so I'm just going to extend it a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit to it. Write this down. So the Twins are over 500, right? They're 15-9 now? I
Yes,
believe? 6
well
games
over 500. Yes, sir.
So the Twins will remain 500 or above from now and through the month of June.
Oh, wow.
So between now,
So 2 months, they will avoid a collapse at least for 2 months.
they will avoid a collapse and be 500 or above. So they will remain above 500 between now and the end of June.
Okay.
They will stay above 500 during that timeline.
Okay.
Write this
Trying to see
down.
if I should do you one better there.
Write that down.
How much Kool-Aid can we consume here on the show?
Be careful. Be careful, gentlemen. You
Okay.
never know.
Okay, write this down. What did you say, June?
The Twins will remain 500 above from now through June 30th.
All right, you know what? I'm going to Price is Right your ass right now.
What
The Twins will remain above 500 through at least the trade deadline.
Oh, that's pretty.
Or
that's
should I really Price is Right his ass? No, I'm going to
June
really.
2nd.
I'm going to say July 1st. July
Yeah,
1st.
July
I was going to say, like, that's not the trade deadline's way farther out this year. But
Well, it's like
June
is
1st.
it August 31st?
Yeah, it's late this year. I don't know if it's
Okay.
August 31st, but it's late. It's not where it usually is.
It's being set by the commissioner now, I believe, and it can be changed.
All right, I'll Price is Right you July 1st. July 1st.
What a Richard you
That's
are.
fine. I don't think that's
Watch
being a
watch
record.
me get the bad beat where they're slowly
Yeah.
like they're eroding and losing and they're 500 or whatever above 500 and they lose on June 30th or something. But there you go. Those are your write that down predictions here.
Write that down. I don't have a pencil. Well, remember.
And an accountability session, the only show in America that actually keeps track of our predictions with statistics, right? Mackey and Judd putting our careers and reputations on the line every single week. All right, boys, that's a wrap on Mackey and Judd today. Reckless Speculation Thursday tomorrow with our friend Darren Doogie Wolfson. And football/Vikings related, write that down on Purple Daily today. See you guys.